Lawyers, what happened during your case that made international news? I was locking up my office at midnight when I heard footsteps running behind me. I turned around. A pregnant woman was sprinting toward me, huge stomach, crying hard. She looked like she was about to collapse. Please! She grabbed my arm. Please, you're a lawyer, right? I saw the sign. I need help. Ma'am, it's midnight. Call my office tomorrow. My trial is tomorrow morning. She was sobbing. I'm 8.5 months pregnant. They want me to go to prison. They'll take my baby away forever. I stopped. What's the charge? Armed robbery. I stole baby formula and diapers from a store. I'm homeless. I had a gun. I was desperate. She could barely breathe. My public defender says I should plead guilty. 3 years in prison. But if I go to prison, I will lose my baby. He's the only thing I have to live for. I looked at her stomach, then at my watch. The trial was in 9 hours. What's your name? Nadia Reeves. Come inside. We need to talk. We spent all night in my office where Nadia told me everything. I read her case file and saw the security footage showing everything. This looked like a certain loss, but I couldn't just let a pregnant woman lose her child. I'll represent you. Trial starts at 9 a.m. Get some sleep. The next morning, we walked into the courthouse together. Nadia could barely walk. Her stomach was huge. She looked terrified. The prosecutor saw us coming and smiled like he'd already won. The trial started. The prosecutor played the security footage first, clear as day. Nadia pointing a loaded gun at the store clerk's face, taking money and baby supplies. The jury watched in silence, already deciding she was guilty. Then the store clerk testified. He was shaking. She put the gun against my forehead, right here. He pointed. She said, "Give me everything or I'll shoot." I thought she was going to kill me. I stood up fast. Your Honor, my client was desperate. She was homeless and pregnant. The prosecutor cut me off. Motive doesn't matter, Your Honor. A crime is a crime. Judge Brenner agreed. Overruled. Sit down, counselor. I tried again. I wanted to show the jury the full extent of Nadia's situation. How she had no money. How she was living in her car. How they would have done the same in her shoes. But the prosecutor stood up. He was smirking now. Desperation doesn't excuse armed robbery, Your Honor. If it did, we'd have to let half the criminals in this city go free. 3 jurors nodded. I was losing. Then the prosecutor dropped his bomb. He showed Nadia's internet history. 3 days before the robbery, she'd searched pawn shops, store hours, how much baby items sell for. This proves she planned it, the prosecutor said. This wasn't desperation. This was a calculated crime. I jumped up. She was trying to find ways to get money for her baby. The prosecutor looked at me without blinking. Planning a crime while pregnant doesn't make it less of a crime. I looked at Nadia, who was clutching her belly, wincing in pain, like she knew something was coming. I tried calling an expert witness, Dr. Kalman. She studies poverty and homeless mothers. She explained how Nadia's situation left her with no other options, but the prosecutor destroyed her on cross-examination. Dr. Kalman, was what Nadia did a crime? Yes or no? Yes, but yes or no? Yes. Thank you. That's all. He looked at the jury. Don't let emotion cloud the facts. The jury went to decide. They came back in 20 minutes. That's the fastest I'd ever seen. Nadia was doubled over in pain next to me. She knew we'd lost. Judge Brenner walked in. Has the jury reached a verdict? Yes, Your Honor. The judge opened the paper. In the case of the People versus Nadia Reeves, we find the defendant. Nadia suddenly screamed. She grabbed her stomach and fell backward. Her chair crashed to the floor. "I'm giving birth," she screamed. The prosecutor jumped up. "Your Honor, she's faking. She's trying to manipulate the jury." But Nadia's water had already exploded everywhere. Gallons all over the floor. She was crying and gasping. The prosecutor went completely still. All the color drained from his face. "Get an ambulance!" Judge Brenner screamed. Paramedics burst in 10 minutes later while I held her hand. They loaded Nadia onto a stretcher. She was screaming now, in pain, terrified. She grabbed my jacket. "You're the only one who showed me kindness. Please don't leave me." I climbed into the ambulance with her. "I'm not leaving you." The doors slammed shut, sirens blaring. We raced toward the hospital. Nadia was squeezing my hand so hard I thought my bones would break. She was having contractions every minute. "I'm scared," she cried. "What happens to my baby?" "We're getting you help. Just breathe." I coached her using techniques I'd learned from my wife's delivery. We pulled up to the emergency entrance. I started helping the paramedics rush her inside. That's when I saw them, the prosecutor and 6 federal agents in suits, right behind us. "Stop!" The lead agent cut in front of us and blocked the hospital doors. "Nadia Reeves needs to be handcuffed to the bed before she gives birth. She's a convicted felon." "Are you heartless or just stupid?" I yelled, tried to shove past him. The 6 agents instantly grabbed my shoulders and held me back. The prosecutor stepped forward. "She's getting cuffed to the bed, and when she gives birth, we're taking that baby and sending her to prison." I looked back at Nadia on the stretcher, crying in pain and frustration. Full story on channel linked below.